So we're continuing working through the book of Hosea, this challenging book where God is expressing his great sadness, disappointment and frustration with his people. They're so wayward, living to please themselves and ignoring his best way for their lives. It's hard to feel good about the passages we're reading today. Verse after verse, God is pouring out his heartache and anger over Israel's behavior. He warns them right at the start that judgment is coming. And there are some very strong words here. God says, "My fury burns against you." God warns them that they will be swallowed up by other nations like a discarded pot. God tells them that there's nothing they can do to prevent this. Judgment is inevitable. It's hard to see God like this if we're honest. This might not seem very loving, but let's pause a moment. I wonder if you've ever read a news story about someone committing some terrible crime and then it seems that they end up getting away with it. Or if they do get found guilty, everyone is amazed at the short prison sentence they're given. It feels unjust. All of us have an inbuilt sense of injustice. We don't think that people should just get away with the wrong stuff they've done. And so if it's true for us, then surely it must be true for God. God is the ultimate judge, and he knows better than anyone what is true, right, and just. I remember someone once saying that God's judgment is life on our terms. God's judgment is that if we decide, like Israel, to do life without God, then he eventually gives us what we've asked for, life without God, both now and for all eternity. God allows Israel to do life without him, and he tells them in the verses we've read today that the high cost that there is of this. And as we've discovered so far, his main reason for doing this is that he hopes they'll come to their senses and genuinely return to him. He's ready to forgive and restore in a moment. Life without God is hell, both now and for all eternity. So let's wise up and embrace life with God each and every day. Amen.